What's up, guys? So, welcome back to another day in the life of Jera. And I just wanted to talk to you guys today about creating content. So, getting used to that camera, okay? I think that a lot of people have issues with opening up the camera because they don't know what to say. They think it's weird to see themselves on the camera. So, therefore, whenever they see other people doing it, it's like kind of strange or, you know, and it doesn't have to be strange. It doesn't have to be hard. What you have to do is you have to get yourself in front of the camera over and over and over again until it feels right. When I got started before, I did not want to be a face channel. I wanted to be a faceless channel. And I remember starting a TikTok account with a faceless channel. And it just really wasn't getting me where I wanted to be. It really wasn't. And I kept thinking to myself, like, okay, I don't want to put myself out there, but I don't want to stay trapped in this little bubble either. So what do I have to do? So I started opening up my camera, just opening my camera up every single day as if like, it was a normal process for me. And I started getting used to seeing myself on camera because really it's the weird part is you seeing yourself on camera. That's the weird part. You seeing yourself on camera and not really feeling comfortable with seeing yourself on camera. That's the weird part. But once you get out of that stage and you just get into like once you get out of that stage and you just get into like just creating, opening up that camera every single day, because repetition makes perfection. It really does. I started just opening up my camera and then I actually was like, oh my gosh, I made a video. I cannot believe this. Like, I did it. I really did it. Yes, I did do it. And then once I got enough guts to actually, when I started seeing myself in these videos, and I'm like, you know what? I feel comfortable with being in front of myself, and I feel comfortable with being in front of other people. Because really what it is once you film the content, then you go back and watch the content yourself to, get yourself used to it. Get yourself used to seeing yourself on camera, seeing yourself doing stuff, seeing you, because you're always watching somebody else do something. So it is strange for you to see yourself doing something. You might not feel like in your head, you might be thinking like, oh, I don't want to put myself on camera because I feel too conceited. Or I feel like people might judge me too much. Or I feel like people don't really care. I'm just being real honest with you. People do not really care what you're doing. They just want to see you doing something. Now, you're going to have trolls that's going to get on your stuff and going to be like, oh, could have been done better. Ignore that stuff. They are not, don't get into that. Block it out immediately. As soon as you see it, block it. Because that right there is not even, you're going to get bigger fish than that. Okay. You about to see some whole sharks out here and they're going to get real ugly. So you better get used to it. It helps whenever you find confidence within yourself. That's why I'm telling y'all to, when you create the content, watch the content, study yourself so that way you can see your imperfections and your perfections. So that way, whenever somebody else says something about it, you ain't even focused on it. You're not worried about it. You're not stressing over how they feel about you, because guess what? You already know what kind of imperfections that you have. You already know that your teeth may be stacky a little bit. You already know that your eyes may not look perfect. You might have a squinted eye here or a large eye there. You already know what you got going on if you study yourself. The problem that people have is when they whenever they put something out there and they allow others to study them before they study themselves. And then when other people start critiquing them, they don't know, they don't feel like, you know what I'm saying? They're not comfortable with their flaws. They're not comfortable with their flaws, so they get offended by somebody else pointing out their flaws. That's why I'm telling y'all to get on the camera and just open that thing up and just record yourself every day. Get used to being on the camera, even if you don't post it. Let me tell you something. Everybody's telling you to just get on the camera and just post that stuff. But let me tell you, I did not do that. I did not do that. I got on the camera. I felt comfortable with myself. I said, okay, this is how I feel. I feel like I look good in this moment. What are my best spots? I'm telling you, you got to get comfortable with yourself. You got to be conceited with yourself. You're not comfortable with yourself. Anybody along the way can come in and break you down. And that's not what you want. See what I'm saying to you? So you got to open that camera up and just film yourself every day. And the more that you do it, you'll get comfortable with that camera. The more you do it, you'll get comfortable with seeing yourself. The more you do it, you'll be like, ooh, I actually look pretty today. I actually look beautiful without makeup today. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I feel like putting on makeup today, but not for the appearance of everybody else, but for myself. I feel good today for myself. Because you've studied yourself. You studied yourself, and that's what a lot of people are missing. They're not studying themselves. They just doing what everybody else is doing. You got to be careful about doing what everybody else is doing. It's okay to copycat every now and again, but figure out who you are and do something that you enjoy doing, so that way that you can do it and feel confident about doing it. I took about a month to study myself, to see how I feel about the camera. Getting used to the camera took me about a month. It might be a very long time for some people, but it took me a month to get about really comfortable with the camera before I actually said to myself, you know what, like, I'm okay with filming myself. I'm okay with talking to the camera as if, like, you know what I'm saying? Because people be, when you on the camera, you talking to the camera, you really talking to yourself. And you got to be okay with talking to yourself and feeling comfortable with yourself. Like, I had to feel comfortable with myself to have long form videos. You see, that comes in time. Okay? Because when you first start making videos, you're going to make short videos because you don't really have nothing to talk about. But the more you continue to keep doing it, your videos will get longer. Because you'll have stuff to talk about. You might even create a plan for yourself of something that you want to talk about, right? You might even say, oh, today I want to talk about this. Tomorrow I want to talk about that. You'll start thinking of ideas to make it more relatable, more understandable, a much more comfortable experience for you. But you gotta open up your camera. That's one of the best ways that I would say really, really push me into content creation. Especially if it comes down to a face channel. I have a face channel. I also have, some accounts that are faceless. But I see my most progress on my face channels wherever I'm showcasing myself, showcasing my gifts, my talents, what I bring to the table. Not putting it behind something because I'm not ready to show my face. I said, when I made that moment to say to myself, okay, I want to do this, I said, okay, I'm doing this. Now, I cannot lie to y'all. I actually took a course on how to have better speaking skills, and not only just how to have better speaking skills, but how to create content. I took a course on how to create content, how to better myself. And not saying that you have to take a course, but let me tell y'all, everybody's saying that things are going to stay one way and that all you got to do is do it like this. But things are always bound to change. Everything is not going to stay the same. So you can go off on a tangent of creating other things if you want. But if that's not really what's in your heart, you got to create what's in your heart. Because ultimately, fast success don't really get you nowhere. Sometimes it takes a little bit of getting in the game, figuring it out, learning the system, and then you're able to really grow. So, like I said, I took a course, and my course was basically on, how to hold my camera, how to talk to myself, how to have more confidence in myself whenever I am talking to a group of people. outside of myself? What can I do to get my website together? What can I do to better my audience? What can I provide to my audience that helps them? Because ultimately, you're showcasing what you can give to somebody. Throughout our entire lives, we pretty much sell for other people. We do. We sell for other people. You sell for other people. When you go work for somebody, you're selling us that service that they provide to somebody else with a smile. With a smile, right? You're still providing the service that they made to somebody else. You're still providing the service that they made, and you're just putting it on a platter with a smile and handing it over to the next person. But ultimately, you're providing a service for them. So what is the difference in you bundling up your gifts and your talents and providing that service for somebody else? There is no difference. There's no difference at all. You just have to figure out what your gifts and your talents are, so that way you can bundle them up and create a nice package for whoever it is that comes along and says, "Ooh, I really like this creator. Let me see what I can do with them," for a sponsor or somebody that just wants to support. You never know. But that's pretty much what it is. You packaging up who you are and selling it out to a group of people. Selling your services. What can you provide for somebody? Because ultimately, when we first get on here, we think that, oh, this is all about me. But people don't really just want to see you by yourself. They want to see you doing something. They want to see you providing a service to them. If that's motivation, then you're providing them something. If you're providing to them how to be a mother, you're providing them something. If you're providing to them how to be a father, then guess what? You are providing them something. So that's a really big tip that I really, really think that a lot of people do not tell you. You got to provide somebody something to the point to where, but you're not doing it to go and please everybody else. You want to find something that feels good and resonates with your spirit. Because you can get on this tangent of saying, I'm going to do what everybody else does, but it's not natural. And eventually that's going to fall off. It really is. It's going to fall off eventually. Eventually that's that unnatural rant that you're going on about how to do this and how to do that. You're eventually going to fall off of that because you're going to get tired of it. You're going to get tired of doing that because it's not you. So you got to find something that's for you. And most of the times it's already something within you. Like, you don't have to go find nothing nowhere. It's really already in you. Like, by nature, I'm a teacher, as well as an emotional coach, as well as someone that helps someone, an advocate. By design, I'm an advocate. You know, by design, I'm going to help somebody. I'm going to teach somebody whatever it is that I know, because I know that it's going to help the next person, and whatever can help the next person to grow. Hey, by all means, I'm here for it. By design, I'm able to teach someone about mother advice, something that can help someone. There may be a mother out there struggling, and I can help them. By design, I'm able to advocate for women during their birth rights, during the rights of having a baby. I'm able to advocate for those things because that's something that's already within me. That's something that I already have. Right? By design, I'm able to tell you what I'm doing to help you grow, because this is something that I'm doing, and what I'm doing is going to help you as well. So by design, I'm able to give you something based off of what I already have. By design, I'm motivational. I have a motivation within me to push other people. I'm a cheerleader. I love cheering other people on. So by design, it's just something that I do. And for the longest, I couldn't figure out what I was supposed to be doing. I just couldn't figure it out. And that's why I'm telling y'all, I don't got to be that hard. Everything that you need is already inside of you. For the longest, I was trying to figure it out, but it was already there. So if you procrastinate and saying, well, I really don't know what to do, I really don't know what to create, I really don't know what to say, well, guess what? Now you're wasting time. You're wasting time because it's a lot of people on this app that don't know what to say and what to do. But the more you open up that camera, the better you'll have a better way of explaining what you want to say, because you're going to get used to it. You're going to get used to talking to people. It's just like when you meet a new person, you're kind of shy in the very beginning. You don't really know what to say. But then the moment that y'all start catching up, linking up, kicking it with each other and always chilling together, guess what? Y'all like best buds now. Y'all can talk about anything. Y'all can do anything. Same way applies to the camera. In the very beginning, I didn't know what to say to y'all. Because in my head, I was like, what do I say? What do I do? But the more I started opening up that camera, I started realizing this is what I want to talk about today. And it wasn't just me sitting there on the camera, because sometimes you got to just sit there on the camera and just open it up for a few minutes, just to get yourself in the habit of opening the camera up and just being on camera. That's what I had to do. I had to get comfortable with the camera. I had to. And like I told y'all, it took me a month to get comfortable with the camera. It may not be that long for everybody. It may be longer for some. But you gotta do it. That's my suggestion. That's one of my tips on helping to become a better content creator. If you're trying so hard, if you want to be a YouTuber and you can't figure it out, the key is to open up your camera and stop being in your head every time it's time to post. Telling yourself that I really don't know what to talk about. Telling yourself that I'm not dressed. Telling yourself that I'm not ready. Let all that stuff go. And just open up the camera. The more you open that camera up, the more you'll get used to it. The more comfortable you'll be. And before you know it, you'll be a pro. And so, hey, I'm not going to keep this for too long. I want to say thank y'all for, just tuning in and watching me. Like I said, it just feels good to talk about it. It feels good to talk about it. It feels good to help somebody else. There's so many gatekeepers out there that won't tell you anything. But let me tell you something. What I've realized is that sometimes, you got those people out there that won't tell you anything because they had to go out there and find it. And because they had to go out there and find it, they actually retained it a little bit better. So don't be beat over head because ain't nobody giving you the full-blown answer right there at that moment. Sometimes when you really need to learn something, you got to go through something so that way you can really catch on. And maybe that's just what you got to do in this situation. But you won't know until you open your camera. So yeah. Thank y'all for tuning in, and I will talk to y'all later. Peace out.